Good afternoon, and thank you again for joining us on our webinar this afternoon. My name is Dennis Reiner. I'll be leading our discussion. Our focus today is on the True Freedom nationwide home care plans. We'll be doing a brief product overview first for those who are not familiar with True Freedom, and then we'll walk you through the online enrollment. So let's go ahead and get started. True Freedom was founded by American Senior Services Incorporated. You can see here that the principals of American Senior Services have had a long history of being in the insurance business, and they're the real pioneers in this national home care membership plan space. This is not an insurance-related product. As those of you who are familiar with True Freedom know that, of course, they have the highest rating from Dun & Bradstreet and A+ accredited with the Better Business Bureau. But there is some unique advantages of the True Freedom program, and that's what I'd like to highlight right now. Things that set True Freedom apart from other home care plans as well as other LTC solutions. Here is a list of some of the features that are really unique and different. Number one, no medical underwriting. For those of you selling long-term care, I don't have to tell you how difficult it is in today's marketplace to place long-term care. Certain ages become more problematic because of health conditions, and so the fact that there's no medical underwriting is a huge advantage. Also, no age limit. So whether someone's 18 or whether they're 98, they could still purchase a True Freedom plan. It's available in all 50 states. There is choices of service which we will get into. There is no contract to deliver. It's a field issue contract. And again, no health triggers. Also, I'd like to point out that in addition to the no age limit, the rates are actually the same for all ages, which is very different for those of us who've been in this space selling either other home care plans or other long-term care solutions or hybrid products where the older the prospect is, we know the higher the premiums are. So this is a great differential. Now let's talk a little bit about the plans. There's 4 plans to choose from. You have a bronze plan, a silver plan, a gold plan, and a platinum plan. So irrespective of which plan you choose, what a member is purchasing is a prepackaged amount of lifetime hours of home care. And with that prepackaged plan, it comes with a current value, a retail value. So as the visual here depicts, a bronze plan would have a value of $37,500 all the way up to a platinum plan that would have a value of over $250,000. And again, there's a plan for every budget. Silver happens to be the most popular True Freedom plan, but again, you can find whatever plan fits whatever the client's goals and objectives are and what they're trying to accomplish. People who may have a history, a family history of conditions that could create a lingering stay at home might be more inclined to want to buy more lifetime hours. Speaking of how the service works, it is broken down into agency and anytime service. And we're talking here about custodial services such as meal planning and preparation, grocery shopping, light housekeeping. So this is the area of focus of the True Freedom plan is in the custodial area. And when you start looking at agency and anytime service hours, what are we really talking about? Well, anytime hours are hours that are provided by a friend or neighbor, and the compensation that they would receive ranges anywhere from $12.50 an hour up to $15 an hour. They would have to send in a weekly worksheet. ASSI would pay the member, who then would reimburse the friend or neighbor. No family members are allowed to provide services under the anytime hours. But the advantage is in certain rural areas where it's very hard to find maybe an agency or where there is more care needed than the limitation of the agency hours of 5 hours a day, the anytime hours offers a unique advantage in the marketplace. And again, it is up to the member to choose one or the other at the time that they're receiving service. On the agency hours, when they enter in their zip code when it's time for service, it would give a list of providers, and they'd be able to see all the various home care agencies that are in their particular area. And again, the home care agency would bill ASSI, and those they would pay upon receipt. ASSI, it's interesting to know, carries no debt, and the client or member never receives a bill. They only continue to pay their monthly or annual membership fee. Distribution of hours. One of the things that's a little bit different about the True Freedom program is that the True Freedom plan hours are divided into 10 equal bundles that add up to the lifetime membership hours. As an example, you see here on the screen, a gold plan is 6,000 lifetime hours. That's 10 bundles of 600 hours. This is an area of real importance for the agent and advisor to make sure they understand how the lifetime hours are bundled so that they can communicate this to their particular prospects. Regardless of which point in time a member accesses service, they would begin utilizing the hours in that initial bundle, and they could receive services quickly or slowly as desired. Again, knowing that the anytime hours allows a friend or neighbor to offer more service hours than the agency hours. Once someone has gone through this 90-day rejuvenation period in between bundles, and for those of you who are in the senior market space and may be familiar with Medicare, you might liken that to the donut hole. During that time, when they are in that rejuvenation period, they are not receiving services, and they would either have to pay for care out of their own pocket or have a friend or neighbor or even a family member help out. But on the 91st day following the rejuvenation period, they can then access the second bundle of hours, and the cycle would continue to repeat itself until all 10 bundles have been utilized in the plan choice that they have made. At that point, the membership would come to an end. This rejuvenation has been a very important part of why in the last 13 years of doing business that True Freedom has never, ever had a rate increase, because they've been able to structure this in such a way that, yes, it puts a little bit of the burden back onto the member, but it is better than the alternative, which is to see what we've seen in the long-term care space, which is some of the carriers having very large increases, which become more difficult to explain to a client, whereas explaining how the True Freedom plan works is very easy and straightforward. Let's circle back a little bit and talk about rates for a moment and talk about discounts. Members can earn a discount of 10% upon the anniversary and renewal of their membership. And for each year that they have no home care services that have been utilized, that savings will add up cumulatively. The visual below here of that statement outlines exactly how this would work as it relates to the savings on a monthly plan. A bronze plan, for example, that starts out in year one with 1,500 lifetime hours is $95 a month. But every year when that client renews, over the first 4 years that they've not received any service, they are receiving a 10% discount. Cumulatively, that's a 40% discount over that 4 years. So in the 5th year, that premium has dropped from $95 a month all the way down to $57 a month. True Freedom is rewarding those who buy their plan today, who put it away, and they only use it in the future when they really have a great need for ongoing services. And by doing that, at that time, when they do receive service, whether it's in the 5th year or whether it's in the 10th year, the monthly premium would revert back to their original premium, in this case, going from the $57 a month on the bronze plan back up to a $95 a month when they start service, which was their original premium. You can see again how it works with the silver, the gold, and the platinum, and again how substantial that savings really is. Another unique advantage of the True Freedom plan is the built-in inflation protection. No mystery that home care costs, as well as all of long-term care costs, have continued to increase. And as such, True Freedom, as a built-in feature, you can see here with an example of a platinum plan that in 2014, when home care was averaging $20 an hour, the value of that platinum plan would have been $200,000. By 2018, when home care was averaging $25 an hour, the value of the plan had increased to $250,000. And here it is, looking at 2023. Oh my gosh, it used to be like thinking that was way down the road, and here we are just a couple of years away. And if home care costs continue to increase and they go up to $30 an hour, that would create a value in that plan of $300,000. This is a very, very nice feature that enables consumers who become members to know that their plan is going to increase over time as the cost of care increases. That was a brief overview. To get a more extensive review of the product, at the conclusion of this webinar, each attendee, we will actually email them a recorded product webinar that will go into more details than the time that we have on this webinar. But I'd like to turn our attention to the nationwide online enrollment. And listed below is the landing page. You can see it's nationwide.truefreedomhomecare.com. In the last 5 months, given in light of COVID and this pandemic that has caused face-to-face visits to basically diminish and be almost a thing of the past, True Freedom has seen a very strong uptick in the amount of adoption of those who are actually enrolling their members online. In recent months, it's been in excess of 70%. Now, yes, you can still mail in a enrollment form. You could fax it in. You could email it in. But what we are seeing today is the ease, streamlined enrollment process. And that's what I'd like to walk you through right now to give you a quick overview on how that works. So once you access the landing page, you'll see right in the center of the page the blue box that says Online Enrollment. That's where you would click actually to start the enrollment process. But while you're on the landing page, I want to draw your attention to a couple other things that you should be aware of. First of all, there is a consumer video that's approximately 3 minutes in length. It does a very nice job. It's one of those doodle type videos where they draw the picture and they tell the story, and it will walk a client or a prospective client through how the True Freedom plans work. This is something I wanted to share with you as it relates to not only for you to download it, but once you are appointed to sell True Freedom and you write your very first case, True Freedom has made a commitment to personalize or customize that video with your name and contact information. And all you have to do to enjoy that customized video is write one case. Now, also drawing your attention on that landing page is other marketing tools, sales materials, and training tools that all are available to you. So let's jump in and see how simple and easy this enrollment process really is. So when you go to that initial blue box that I shared with you just a moment ago, what you'll see is you'll see the representative information that's in the green box, and you'll see the client information that's in the blue box. And merely hitting submit at the very bottom where the green arrow is, you complete that information. Once completed, eSign Live will send you an email to your inbox. Simply go to your email account, open up the email, go to Documents, and there you will see the enrollment form. And you can see where it's circled to the left, the arrow, and when you scroll down, you will see the various red fields that have to be completed by the representative. By the way, this is a 2-page enrollment. For those of us who've been selling hybrids or traditional long-term care, you know how extensive the application process is. In some cases, it's over 55 pages. This online enrollment should take you anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes to complete. And that's with the client participating on their end, not just what you have to complete on your end. So once again, that information in red is what needs to be completed. Don't worry about the date of sale. You see the green box, date of sale? because after the client completes their portion, they click to sign the application, that date will automatically be populated. So you can see here we've completed the information as far as the rep information, and now this is very important to go over the suitability standard with your client. It says, I do not currently need or receive any assistance, including from family members, with activities such as bathing, dressing, and transferring, or living independently at this time. They have to ascertain that that is the case, that they don't currently need or receive assistance, and that they're living independently, preparing their own meals, doing their own grocery shopping, so on and so forth, on basically the custodial services that we talked about just a few minutes ago. Again, no medical underwriting, but there is a suitability standard that they have to be able to meet. Now, again, when you get to the plan selection, the member, you select for that member what plan that they've agreed upon as far as that they would like. In this example, we're selecting the Platinum plan. And then you'll see the green box that says about enrolling today with a spouse or partner. Don't miss that box because you cannot leave any box not checked. If they were to have said yes in this example, then each member would receive an additional 10% discount because they were both buying the plan. As such, if only one is purchasing, then they receive no additional discount. You can see here again, when we get into talking about the red fields, it's important to, again, not leave any red boxes empty. If something is not applicable, then type in NA, else it will not allow you to complete the enrollment form. Let me circle back for just a second, because I want to touch on something that's very, yes, there's other carrier solutions that are out there that in some cases will allow for this, but what I like about the True Freedom Plan is the ease they make it for people to do business by allowing that member to use a credit card. Certainly they can have the payment come out of their checking or savings, but by using a credit card, it makes it very convenient for people who want to get their, well, when they start traveling again, that is, their airline miles or their hotel points. So maybe it's other advantages that they have with the credit card company that they end up, if it was a Costco Visa as an example, and they're getting dollars back. So that's something to keep in mind. And also at the very bottom where you see the blue box where it says monthly bank draft, had that member chose to pay annually, they would have received an additional 5% discount with an annual payment. Now you can see where the representative just clicks to sign. This is the second page of that two-page enrollment form. The representative has to answer the survey question that they've reviewed the suitability standard for enrollment with their client, and they check yes. Otherwise, the document will now allow you to click to sign. Representative basically have read the terms and conditions in full. They click to sign. It's accepted. And then they hit OK. And once they hit OK, they close out this particular form. At this point, the representative has completed their portion. Now, you may have had your client or prospect, perhaps this whole process was done through screen sharing, through a Join Me or a client's account, where the client was on the phone with you at the time. Some individuals, representatives, actually complete this information first, then they reach back out to the client and tell the client to go to their email to open up their email. And when they go to their email, they will see from eSign Live an email just like the representative got. They open the email, they go to the documents, and again, you'll see here the arrow to the left of the True Freedom brochure, and now what you've brought up is actually the completed information that the representative had already done just moments ago. Now, how easy is it for the client to actually complete this process? The client just answers 6 survey questions before they have to click to sign the page. And so once they have completed that information, they can click and sign. It's been accepted. Again, terms of conditions, the same area where the representative had to sign, now the member has their signature. Once signed, they click OK, they then close, and the online enrollment is complete. I know some of us who've been in this business for a long time and maybe feel like we're a little challenged when it comes to adopting an online enrollment process, but I don't know how much easier this process could be than it is, than True Freedom has made it. So the online enrollment is complete, and now True Freedom, the agent, and the member will receive a digital copy of the online enrollment by email from eSign Live. The electronic copy is the client's field issue contract. Now, I need to tell you that there are some representatives who do like to print out that contract and still mail it to the client so that the client has a paper version. But there's no policy to deliver. True Freedom will process the e-app and email the agent and to the client. Now, in approximately 3 weeks, the client will receive a welcome letter that contains a paper ID with their membership information. It will look just like this. Again, no contracts to deliver. They instantly have already an electronic version of their contract, their field issue contract. And so really, that's the end of the process. Now, I do want to stop and pause and just share a couple things. One, True Freedom is part of the GoldenCare perfect portfolio. You know, we pride ourselves at GoldenCare of having solutions that for all of our representatives that will meet whatever need that they come across, whether it's a fully underwritten product such as the Mutual of Omaha long-term care, or whether it's a hybrid such as the One America, or short-term care like Aetna, or some of our LTC ancillary related solutions that are in the GTL family. But True Freedom does play a role, and we can certainly look at states where we have very much limited product access, such as California, New York, Florida, where other than traditional solutions or a hybrid solution, we may not have any other short-term or other LTC-related solutions to turn to. True Freedom is something that is available. And in light of the fact that we know that 70% of individuals who are aging in, turning 65, will need some form of care, and we know in most cases people want to stay home. That's where they want to receive services. And all the statistics bear this out, even the long-term care statistics that show the vast majority of people will stay home. Yes, if the progression of care is such that they have to then go to a facility, assisted living or nursing home, they certainly can progress to that. But there's many that will just remain in their home. I hope this opportunity for you to attend this webinar will open up some possibilities of you reviewing your existing clients, maybe who have been turned down for other solutions, maybe individuals who've either been priced out of long-term care or they've been underwritten out of other long-term care solutions, and True Freedom may be the fit that you're looking for. You know, it's been said that an in-depth look reveals more than a casual glance. I hope you'll take the time to investigate True Freedom to see the merits of where it could actually benefit you as a representative, being that resource to those clients that you serve. And I hope if you're not contracted that you'll take the opportunity to contact the GoldenCare team at 800-842-7799 to get appointed. And also with your appointment, we have in the first 60 days a very good incentive that will give you some added compensation when you go out and tell the True Freedom story. And again, for those of you that are joining us today, we will make sure that you not only get a copy of the visuals that you see here, but that you'll also get a recorded version of the online enrollment, as well as a recorded version of the product webinar. I want to thank you for taking the time today. We know that your time is very valuable. We look forward to continuing to earn your business, and thank you for your business. And so with that said, we've hit about 30 minutes, which is They say the mind can only absorb what the tail can endure, so I hope you've been able to endure this quick webinar. And this is Dennis Reiner. Thank you again for joining us, and bye for now.